Britt Baker.
Adam Cole.
He doesn't care. He's happy to eat food and spend time with me. He's a very simple man.
He seems like a terrific guy. What's he doing with you?
Listen, he needs me because he's too nice. That's the problem. I'm like the pit bull in the corner, like, say that again? Say that one more time to him, please. No, he can handle himself. But we complement each other very well. I will say that.
I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody.
Hey, this is the Toxic Reign Scandal featuring TBK, the Turnbuckle King. We are at it again right here, guys. Man, it must be relationship breakup season in the wrestling industry. Because first we talked about, the whole Mercedes Moné divorce. Now we talking about Britt and Adam confirmed split. And we are talking about Britt Baker and Adam Cole, baby. Two stars that are in AEW. So we're talking about those two. And you guys, we're here live from not just YouTube, Facebook, and X as well. You guys get the likes as we come into the locker room about this one, because this is crazy, guys. This is going to be a wild one. So now let's see who came into the locker room before we begin. We got a couple things to discuss before we get to the Adam Cole Britt Baker situation. So let's see who came into the locker room. Oh, we got F4 TV, known as Figure 4 TV, front row for this one. That's right. You guys hit the like button. It's real easy, real quick and simple. Just go and hit it. It's quick. CeeLo Meyer, salute. Bold Musa said, I've been binging your videos. All of them are coming full circle. There's a reason why you're not on the algorithm's good side. You got a point, Bold Musa. Welcome to the locker room, and this is where we bring it. So you've been watching all relations I've been covering, and they all starting to make sense now. It's not just a speculation anymore. Figure 4 TV said, they can all play victim with each other. Yep. But yeah, I think Bo Musa mean that that the wrestling industry doesn't like what I'm saying about the relations because I'm not being a bootlicker. If I'm not mistaken, Bo Musa, I think that's what you mean by that. But it's all good though, no harm, no foul here. But before we get into this whole situation, let's talk about something else that's been trending going on. As of this morning, Britt Baker has been suspended by All Elite Wrestling. She's been suspended for... No, I know. I posted it this morning, I posted this morning. It was a very hot topic. As you guys can see this morning, it was 6.5K views. It was 9:15 this morning. And this is a story more that if you guys want to look into it, this is her suspension. Britt Baker legitimately suspended and fined by AEW following an incident backstage at July 17th episode of AEW Dynamite, aka AEW 250. Britt Baker was reportedly issued a fine and suspension. Now, Britt Baker, they said, made her return at Forbidden Door, but this is mainly about Dave Meltzer has reported that Baker has been suspended following comments made about MJF and his girlfriend Alicia Atout backstage on July 17th. Ouch. You just got back, Britt Baker. I mean, we just saw you come back at Forbidden Door, and you already caused trouble already? What's wrong with you, Britt Baker? Now already, we got to give you one of these. You on that list, girl.
What's going to happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
So, yeah, this is crazy. She's been suspended. I know she has a title match for the TBS Championship against Mercedes Moné at AEW All In. So I know that's crazy. But, yeah, she has been suspended. But there's more to the story, guys. It's more to the story, way more to the story. So let's get into that. Um, it's crazy, but this is a wild story. Now we know that MJF is the current American champion, and man, this is just wild. But yeah, this is how the whole story went down. Allegedly, we gotta say alleged. Let me put that on the record. It has to be alleged. Now, alleged, it says that she's been suspended for the comments, and also too, what's so wild about the situation? I heard it's been reported that she's always had an issue with MJF. Now, if you guys can see, now this is MJF here and his girlfriend right here. This is now I don't she's a reporter. It's a picture of MJF and his girlfriend right here. Now you can't see her real good right there. But yeah, that's a picture of those two in that particular thing right there. But yeah. Yeah, reportedly it's been some her talking about Mr. MJF, and it's crazy because she's known to be an interviewer, and man, it's just not good at all. Now I heard that MJF, we know he had the match with Will Ospreay. We know he had the match there. We know that match was the 17th. It was that hour match. This is the same night that MJF won the International, now known as the American Championship. Now, when he did win that championship, they went for an hour. If you guys remember that, they went for an hour. And I heard alleged that Britt Baker was not too pleased about that. I heard she was not happy about how they went down, of how he was taken up all the time. So it was not, she wasn't pleased, allegedly wasn't pleased about it. And I heard the way it went down. This has been all on X all day since this morning. Now, this is a more better picture of his girlfriend if you guys want to take a look at her. This is Alicia Tout, interviewer. Now, it says here that she was saying this backstage about MJF. This is the whole thing about MJF. Said here that there was complaints about MJF. Here's the thing. His girlfriend, Atal, she heard the complaints of Britt Baker making about MJF, and she told him. And this is where MJF confronted Britt Baker. And then he said here, Percy Savage said on X, he said, does she know what could have held the reins and saw our match? I don't agree with that part, but whatever. Another part here, says it right here. Said Britt Baker was allegedly overheard saying F MJF backstage, but was talking about ex-user F MJF. That's alleged. Just want to say that's what's been online. But yeah, she's been suspended due to that. But the thing about it is, she's been his girlfriend overheard what Britt Baker was saying about MJF, and she told him. So he wasn't too pleased about that at all. And this is where he went and confronted, Britt Baker. And that's when it got crazy. Well, all this backstage drama, I'm like, wow. What do you guys in the locker room got to say about that? Let's see. That's right, F4TV. You two don't like the truth. Hey, Tamika, what's going on? Salute to you. What's going on? Hassan Tahir Show. Salute to you, man. But yeah, this is This is crazy, man. This is how the whole thing went down. And like I said, because of that, Britt Baker has been suspended and fined. I heard supposed to be for a few weeks, for whatever the case may be. But it was crazy though. It was like I said, it's been on X all day long. They've been talking about it all day long, but she has been suspended. I don't know if it's going to affect her All In Championship match for the TBS title. I'm not sure about that, but I do know that it is some drama backstage already, and she just got back. And like I said, there's some more information regarding this as well. I'll put more information about it. Um, Here's another piece of information. Now, this information here, it says here that Britt Baker was suspended for either 1 or 2 weeks, fined by the company's disciplinary committee. Details have been pretty quiet. It came from backstage at the 717 Dynamite, where Baker alleged said something about MJF and Alicia Tout, which the picture you guys saw. MJF's girlfriend heard it and told it, and he confronted Baker. It led to investigation with HR to people on July 24th. The following Wednesday, I believe the disciplinary committee that did the investigation recommended that. I don't know if Tony Khan was involved in this or everyone's attempt to keep this under wraps. All this stems from problems in the past that weren't addressed, and the committee was put together to settle these things quickly. Wow. Most of those we heard from were sympathetic to her situation. Figure 4 TV, I'm gonna pull up your comment. You said something about some victim, didn't you say that? There it is right there. He said, hey, they can all play victim with each other. And you are right. That's a clear example right there. Let me read that again. Most of those we heard from were sympathetic to her in the situation. So you mean to tell me that you guys were sympathetic towards a woman who insulted another wrestler and his girlfriend backstage, and they didn't do nothing to her? So I guess you guys saying that's okay. This definitely goes on the list, no doubt about it.
What's gonna happen? No. Words? You just made the list.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Mercedes Monet, now this nonsense. This is crazy. I mean, they do play victim. I mean, F4 TV was not lying about that, but this don't make any sense that she is definitely going to be suspended. And we know Tony Khan had nothing to do with that. You know, he let them do whatever they want to do. Let's be honest here. And what's crazy is it's not going to affect anything. I don't think it's going to affect anything. It's ridiculous. It don't make no sense, man. But yeah, it's definitely split. It's I don't know what's going on with Britt Baker. And what's crazy is I think she felt about MJF for quite some time. Like I said, I know the big title match is coming up. I know she's supposed to face Mercedes Monet. I know that's coming up. But crazy part about it is that she's still going to have that title match. I don't think that's going to compromise her title match, even though it's that All-In Wembley Stadium, you know, for the second year in a row. I don't see that happening. Watch them still have her in this championship match. Watch her still do her thing. I would not be surprised if she still competes in this title match unless they find a way to write her off. They're so close to All In. So she still could have this match. This is the next time we're going to see Britt Baker at a pay-per-view. It will need to be compromised. I don't know. I don't think it will. I don't think it will. I don't think it's going to affect anything with Britt Baker and Mercedes Monet. Like I said, what's up with you women wrestling these relationships? You guys can't get it together for anything. But one thing I will say is a quick clip. I don't think Britt Baker, and they said it's been going on for quite some time, I don't think Britt Baker ever liked MJF, guys. I don't think she ever did. And I'm going to pull up something for you guys right now. This is her interview talking about MJF. Let's see what Miss DMD got to say about MJF.
MJF is the world champ. Do you think there's a chance he ever shuts up?
Listen, I am praying that Bryan Danielson wins this match for the sole fact that there's a small chance then that we won't have 30-minute MJF promos every freaking week. Like, my brain is melting hearing all his weird stories from when he was a kid. Like, what is wrong with this guy? But I think that's going to be one of the best matches of all.
MJF is the world champ. Do you think there's a chance he ever shuts up?
You guys heard that well right there. I don't think she ever liked MJF. And I think it's been going on for quite some time. Now, this is when MJF was the AEW World Champion. So this had to be about a year ago because he hasn't held the title in almost a year. He lost it last December at the World's End to Samoa Joe. And we have had two champions since then, Samoa Joe, of course, the current champion, Swerve Strickland. So she has not liked this dude, and she always has some type of animosity towards him. So that's the crazy part about that. But to talk crap about him just because he had an hour match, that's just so petty. It's so petty, though. It's ridiculous. Zone, salute to you for coming out to the locker room, man. Where you been at, man? Ain't seen a while. Figure 4 TV said you called this hell of a couple. You said it. Yeah. Chelsea. Oh, yeah. Chelsea Green called us next. That's another relationship we will cover. Yes. She did. Britt is Team Elite. Yes. So, yes. Britt Baker she's suspended, and she's suspended for 1 to 2 weeks. So that has been breaking today. So I just wanted to cover that first. Now let's get to what you guys came here for. We ain't gonna play around with y'all. We are gonna talk about good old Britt Baker and Adam Cole, baby. That's a good old couple. And it is rumors floating around that these two it may be a split. Now, I know these two, they've been dated since 2017. They met on Bumble. I actually covered this couple, and that's what Figure 4 TV is referring to. There's been crazy things going on lately with Adam Cole and, of course, Miss Britt Baker. It's been wild. It's been strange, but the reason that this story came to light in the first place, despite me, finding this information, looking this up and investigating months ago, well, the reason it came up of this whole speculation of the breakup between these two, it says right here. Now, Adam Cole, he stated right here, he says, so this move has been much more intense than I planned. I am moving myself from Florida to Pennsylvania, so it's taking much more time than I had planned. I don't think I'm going to be able to stream until next week. I promise that the first thing I'm going to do once I'm settled is to get my streaming set ready to go so we can hop back on stream. But I do think I'll be gone for the rest of the week as I continue to pack and get ready. What does that mean? I think it's breakups in the cards. Yeah, these two are done. I don't see it happening. And like I said, I think it's over between these two. Like I said, they've been dating for quite some time. I talked about this. I talked about how these two are never, ever seen with each other. Every time Britt goes somewhere, she's alone. Every time we see her, she was at the Super Bowl alone. That's crazy to say. Another woman at the Super Bowl alone without her significant other, similar to the Mercedes Moné scenario, right? Every time we see Britt Baker, she's alone. She's always by herself. She's never, ever seen with Adam Cole. Very, very suspicious. And I said this before. Yeah, it's crazy though, guys. Bo Musa said, I think because of Mariah May backstage heat, that was the final draw. They had to suspend her. What happened with Mariah May's backstage heat? I mean, I watch AEW Dynamite, but I don't watch all of it. Can you please elaborate on that? Yeah, she is. I'm not denying that. Zone said the only time you can say the words good old is when you're talking about JR. Good God Almighty. Good old JR. That's right. JR, another legend. She so seductive. Good luck to Adam Cole, baby. This is not looking good. like I said, I talked about these two before. We know that we gotta go over the facts here, and I think this what brought it to light. We know that Adam Cole originally was at NXT in Florida, and Britt Baker was not. I think it was before they dated before AEW even started, so they was always separated from each other. But the thing about it is, Adam Cole joined AEW in 2021, following not renewing with WWE because he was supposed to go to the main roster. I think it was 21, I believe. If not, I think more. Yeah, 21. Anyway, I think ever since he came to AEW's career has not been the same. And then he got injured, and it's just one thing after another. Then next thing you know, Adam Cole has been injured. I think he was injured since AEW Grand Slam last year. So I know these two, they supposed to be seen inseparable and all that, but the facts are the facts. This is not a good look. These two here, that we think they're inseparable. We think everything's good. Just because we see these celebrities on screen, especially on TV, of wrestling shows or same promotion, it don't mean everything is a-okay, because it could be beef there. You never know. You never ever know what else is going on behind closed doors. And I just think these two here, it was the straw that broke the camel's back, and it just one thing led to another. Alleged, of course, alleged. I just think it was never ever the same. Now I know that he was hurt. The next thing we know, Britt Baker was out since September 2023. She was injured as well. And then I know, of course, she returned at Forbidden Door. I just don't. I think things have not been the same, and I think everything just reared its ugly head, and it's pretty much split. It's not confirmed, but I think it's pretty much there. We're at the finish line, guys. As Paul Heyman say, we in the ninth inning. If not the ninth inning, I'm talking about this not being on, being made public. I know in reality is done, but to make public, we in the ninth inning. Let's be real here, you know. But yeah, it's ridiculous, guys. It's a wrap. Also, too, when she was getting ready for before her return at Forbidden Door, we know she recently trained with DDP Yoga, legendary Diamond Dallas Page. She has the yoga studio, and then we saw how ripped and how good shape she is when she came back. She did return Forbidden Door to confront Mercedes Moné, and they have the match here at All In for the AEW TBS Championship. But yeah, this is not a good look for Adam and Britt. Not a good look at all. And I called this before. I called this a long time ago, months ago, that something was fishy with this relationship. Just like I called Mercedes Moné and her ex-husband now. I said someone right. Why is she always out by herself? She's never seen with Adam hardly. It went from being this to this, to this, all of it. And then it became just Britt. Only Britt by herself. And she always got a beer in her hand. She seems like she's a big beer drinker. She loves that beer, I see. Love her some Bud Light. But I called, like I said, this was highlighted before. I said that it was something of this issue. I've been said what was going on between Britt Baker and Adam Cole. And if you guys remember, I covered this months ago. I said something was up. If you guys remember, I did the first one back in February called Couple Goals or No. I covered this months ago, so this ain't no, I just now talking about it. I've been talked about this, and I said keep an eye out. And I also said too, if something comes up, I will, of course, highlight it here at the locker room, and that's where we at right now. Man, things coming full circle. I wonder if everything's coming to light, with these relationships now. Everything's getting exposed. Everything. Oh, you guys are silly. Bo Musa said, so allegedly, Britt Baker was getting to it with Mariah May because she felt disrespected, not getting the respect she deserves as a locker room leader. Britt Baker, you sound like you drama. You a little drama queen there. I don't like that, Britt Baker. You supposed to be a lady, not act like a crazy man. I mean, you think you Roman Reigns, don't you, Britt Baker?
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
Yeah, Britt Baker wants you to acknowledge her, guys, no matter what the case may be. But what I'm going to do now, we're going to go over what I mentioned before. Mention a little bit, then I'll go back to mention more. We're going to talk more about this, but this is me talking about this back in February. And this was the video of the truth behind Baker and Cole. If the locker room will be covering current and former couples. And the question today, we'll start off with this one. We'll talk about the truth behind Baker and Cole, meaning the truth behind Britt Baker and Adam Cole's relationship. Bonus of this relationship, if it is a relationship win or a relationship cap. But that's the thing. We're going to find a couple's goals. We need to find the truth behind this whole relationship because we need to dig deep and see, what's been going on behind the camera. What's going on behind this relationship. Going to definitely cover more into it. See what's going on between Adam Cole and Britt Baker. I will go over key components, and also what I will do too, I will play clips of, like I said before, I'm going to give some detail about it. Now, this is the truth for the couple. We know that Britt Baker and Adam Cole started dating back in 2017 after originally meeting on the dating app called Bumble. I know that Adam, he on moving on to AEW, and Britt Baker, they said she's known as one of the pillars, as AEW likes to call it, for AEW. Was pretty much the first female wrestler signed to the company. And AEW was originated back in 2019, and it's still running now. So Britt Baker, I know she is a Pennsylvania girl, and I know Adam Cole was in Florida due to his history in NXT, and he has to be there for Full Sail University. Also, with that being said, that they had a long-distance relationship. Britt Baker was in Pennsylvania. Like I said, she was at dentist school, and Adam was in Florida. So they met online, but it was a long-distance relationship for a while until the two eventually moved in together and things got more serious, as they still are both currently living together now. So it's been they've been together for quite some time. That didn't age well. Well, that's crazy. They was living together when I said this. Now he's moving out. Wow. Now Adam is currently about to move into his new place. That's the crazy part. They met on Bumble. I know, right? It's on Bumble. They met on the Bumble day. Now, ain't nothing but nutcases on there and controlling people like Britt Baker. Hint, hint. Margaret Ross, salute to you. You said, what up, salute, KDH and everyone. Well, there goes their relationship. Ironically, after MJF and her got into it, this was brewing too. Yeah, I just talked about that. Yep. Interesting enough, Adam and MJF are good friends too. Yeah. It's not looking good for Britt Baker. Not looking good at all. But yeah, it was just me talking about their relationship, how they met, how they got together, and everything of sort. It was just a crazy part between these two. They lost. Just Britt's tripping, man. You going on from Mariah May, now this whole MJF thing. Now you suspended. That's why she got suspended, because of what Bo Musa said right here. They already had an issue with you with Mariah May, and then, like I said, the straw that broke the camel's back. Go figure. To tell you on. And I'll go back to what I said earlier about these two. Now, so we're looking back, what, 7 years ago now? But it's just some things I want to know about this relationship. It's just some things with Adam and Britt seem kind of odd to me. Something to see odd with these two. You know, and I'm going to have my backing behind it. And of course, see, I knew I was not crazy. I said it was odd and I was right. Now, when I played the interview, you guys couldn't see the interview. You guys couldn't see it because I had covered up. You know, that was the beginning of the locker room. You know, now locker room's a veteran now. That was the rookie locker room. Now I'm a veteran at the locker room. Got my veteran thing on. So now I'm going to, since I am a veteran, I'm not so much a rookie anymore in doing this. This was pretty much the first relationship I covered here at the locker room of a wrestling couple in the wrestling industry. What we gonna do here now? You know, we gonna upgrade it. We gonna show this relation. We gonna show this interview. Same interview I talked about before. Now this is Britt Baker. She's talking about Adam Cole, and we gonna see how she describes her man. You know, how they compliment each other so well. You guys get those likes up. We doing a thing up in here. So this is Britt Baker on Barstool Wrestling. This was I think a couple years ago. So let's see what she got to say.
Which one is most likely to watch old wrestling shows in their
want to know about behind the scenes at AEW?
We're going to play a game now. You ready? We're winding down. I know you got to go soon. Just relax. We're going to play a game. It's called Britt Baker or Adam Cole.
Okay.
Are you prepared?
I promise.
All right. Britt Baker or Adam Cole, who controls the car radio when you're going somewhere?
If you guys peep game, as soon as he mentioned the game, she paused, like she didn't want to talk about it. So she sat there just like, she had that look like, I don't want to really discuss anything about him, but all right. Not happy, not privately, like, oh, we got to talk about my relationship, whatever.
We're going to play a game now. You ready? We're winding down. I know you got to go soon. Just relax. We're going to play a game. It's called Britt Baker or Adam Cole.
Okay.
Are you prepared?
See, she said, okay. She didn't want to talk about this dude.
I promise.
All right. Britt Baker or Adam Cole, who controls the car radio when you're going somewhere?
Britt Baker.
What is Britt Baker playing?
80s rock.
Oh, yes. Okay. All right.
We're playing Def Leppard. We got some Queen in there. I'm Bret Michaels, Poison, Pittsburgh guy. So.
Well, Bon Jovi?
That's my love Bon Jovi. Love Bon Jovi for sure.
My wife saw Richie Sambora, one of Bon Jovi, in a restaurant a couple of weeks ago, and she came home a little too excited. No, Britt, she talked about that a little too much.
That's right. You go, Seth.
Which one, Britt Baker or Adam Cole, is best at being on time?
Adam Cole. For sure, Adam Cole.
Yeah, well, I can see that because you did. We are doing this interview an hour and a half after you said we were going to do it, and that's probably your fault.
It's live day, should happen, but it's something I'm working on. I am a flawed and a failed human sometimes, but I'm working on it.
Adam Cole or Britt Baker, which one picks the restaurant to eat at?
Britt Baker.
Adam Cole.
He doesn't care. He's happy to eat food and spend time with me. He's a very simple man.
He seems like a terrific guy. What's he doing with you?
Listen, he needs me because he's too nice. That's the problem. I'm like the pit bull in the corner. Like, say that again. Say that one more time to him, please. No, he can handle himself, but he is. We complement each other very well. I will say that.
No, you do not. Clearly, you don't. That's cap. And she don't respect Adam either. She never value Adam Cole. Let's be real. She don't like Adam Cole. You know, and then it's just the writing's on the wall, people. It really is. It's just on the wall. It don't make no sense. But yeah, this is the interview I talked about at the beginning. But like I said, this is what she talked about, and it's the same interview where she talked about no long MJF promo matches that I mentioned earlier. But there's definitely some brewing the pot between these two. I think Britt's got a lot going on. She first got, she came back from injury. Then she comes back. Then she started messing with Mariah May. And then this whole thing now with MJF and his girlfriend, and this whole breakup with Adam Cole, allegedly breakup, which we pretty much know is what it is. He's going to talk about it. Now, Adam Cole, I know he did an interview before, and I think he talked about on his relationship with Britt Baker. And I mentioned this before at the beginning of my other live, and it's just crazy. Now, he talked about, of course, this relationship here with Renee Paquette. If you guys remember, I highlighted that before, but now I'm just going to talk about it again. So we're going to look into it again. These two here, you just tell something's off between these two. You can just tell. You tell something's off between them, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk more about it, and I'm going to pull up Adam Cole stuff right now. But you could tell Britt Baker, one thing I don't like about Britt Baker, one thing I don't like about Britt Baker, while she is an attractive woman, she got a nice swag to her, but you could tell she got demons in her. You could tell she's stressed out, and she's phony. She's not that much different than Mercedes Moné, but she can mask it up better than Mercedes Moné. Mercedes can't mask it up well because she clearly don't care. That's the only thing I see this with Miss Britt Baker. DMD. Think about it. She's DMD and Mercedes is CEO. I don't know which one's worse, the DMD or the CEO. All these power hungry positions. That's the thing I see between these two. It's this whole, and women like this, they say, according to the red pill, they say you're supposed to stay away from these type of women. The women that's about power, the women that's about, all that stuff, the women that's about, getting their money, the women that are in high level positions, a wrestler making a lot of money as a woman, or a woman lawyer, or a woman doctor, dentist like Britt Baker, whatever the case may be. These women are controlling and power hungry, and that's what I think was going on with Britt and Adam. But we're going to talk about Adam Cole now, and he talks about his relationship on Britt Baker. And you're going to see the energy is so much different between Adam and Britt, as I stated in my first live stream about this. While Britt is like, she treats like Adam worships her, and Adam just on straight simp mode, like, Britt thinks the best thing ever in the world. You guys gonna see it right here first. If you didn't see it before, you're gonna see it now. But yeah, the signs are there. You're right, Mark. The signs are there. Bo Musa says she's a big drinker. Trust me, the stress gets to her. That's why you see her visiting celebs' houses alone tells you everything. Yep, you mean drinks like this in her hand. She always got them drinks. This is what Bo is talking about. Always doing that. But let's see. Let's see what Adam Cole got to say. We're going to get into it. This is Adam on Renee Paquette show with John Moxley's wife. Let's see what he had to say. See how he simps for us so hard. And I said before he was a simp, but let's see. You guys get to see it clearly now.
Okay, so I've had Britt on the show, and
Yes.
she gave me the rundown of your guys' love connection. But I would like to hear from your perspective of meeting Britt Baker for the first time. You guys met online.
Yes.
Give me your version of the story.
Okay. So this is how I remember it. So
We've talked wrestling. Let's talk love connection.
yeah, this sounds great. So funny enough is I think Britt's story I'm assuming is very, very accurate. But funny enough is we were even before Bumble, because Bumble was kind of where it all
Does
started.
Bumble still exist? Is that still a thing?
I don't know if that's still a thing or not. I'm
Probably,
not,
yeah.
I'm
You don't
not
need
sure.
to know anymore. Who cares?
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
No offense, Bumble.
But we were actually Facebook friends before that.
Okay.
And not that we'd never had conversation on there or anything, except for I remember we had matched on Bumble, I guess, because she was in Hershey, Pennsylvania, which is very close to where I was living at the time. So we had kind of been talking a little bit back and forth. And then either I got busy or she got busy. So it was like this very much back and forth discussion type of thing. And I remember one day I had reached out because I thought she was beautiful, right from the gate. So total babe, 100% babe. And I gate. So total babe, 100% babe. And I kept asking her about going on a date. And she was very hesitant about it because she didn't want to date a wrestler.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah. Right. And I kept kind of,
I'm sorry, Adam. I'm sorry to break this to you, Adam. She didn't like you, man. I'm sorry, Adam. She probably didn't want to date a wrestler. She probably was hesitant. I think she was just hesitant on dating you. She just was. I'm sorry, Adam. She wasn't feeling you, my man. And you should have saw that early on. Listen to what he said. Hesitant. Well, if she really liked you, she wouldn't be hesitant on dating you. Let's go back.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah. About it because she didn't want to date a. I kept asking her about going on a date from the gate. So total babe, 100% babe. And I kept asking her about going on a date. And she was very hesitant about it because she didn't want to date a wrestler.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah. Right. And I kept kind of, pressing the issue. And I remember you
kept pressing the issue. You kept asking her. If a girl really likes you, you don't have to continuously have to keep asking her over for a date. It's almost like you were begging Britt Baker for a date, Adam. You don't have to do that, man. No, man. You ain't got to put yourself out there like that. Let's see what else you guys got to say. Yeah, the signs were definitely there. You're right about that, Mark. Signs were definitely there. Yeah, man. I think you guys are coming out, man. This is a crazy topic, and it's crazy that this is the second relationship I spoke about this week, and then we're hearing stuff about it. That's the crazy part about it, guys. It's wild, but that's what's going on right now. Yeah, this is not good. Adam making himself look bad right now. He really is, guys. He really making himself look bad. I don't know what's up with him. He made himself look like a fool. There's no other way. There's no explanation for this. It's really not. This is bad, though. This is really bad. I don't like this at all. I really don't. Man, this is messed up. Man, this is not good. Man, not good at all. I don't know what's up with this guy, Adam Cole. I don't know, but you guys come out. If you guys come support the channel, I see you here, and I know I'm gonna give you guys start giving wrenches out. Support you for the support you guys been giving. But Bo Musa, you said something good. You said at this point, Britt Baker and Mercedes Moniz should be a tag team. Yeah, it might as well be. Got the same agenda. But yeah, this is bad though. This is very bad. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, this is bad though. I don't get it with you guys. Let's hear what else Adam Cole got to say.
Selling point for her was I went to New Japan to go and wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom.
Mhm.
And it was when I won the Ring of Honor title for the third time. And she, I guess, was so impressed that I went to Japan and I was still messaging her all the time. So she's like, oh.
Clear-cut example of not being on your purpose. They say you're not supposed to be all into one, be on your purpose. And you fell right there, Adam, with that. You got to get one of these, man. You got to get it. Because you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. You're on the list, man.
You know what's gonna happen? No. Words? You just made the list.
If you're at Japan and you just won the Ring of Honor title for the third time, why are you messaging her back and forth? How come you can't just get with Britt after the show? Because independent scene, you work your own schedule. You're not contracted to anything, so you work on your own time. You don't have to do that to prove that you need to get with Britt. You just prove to make yourself look like a fool. That's what you did. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I'm tired of being nice. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Yeah, this is not good. On the bright side, at least he don't have to deal with Britt Baker. Booking wise, I don't know if he'll ever be back soon with MJF being the heel. I heard a alleged report recently that Adam Cole may not wrestle again, may have to retire. That's how bad his injury is. He's not wrestling over a year. So we'll see what happens. Maybe, he get the right, treatment, surgery, technology, doctors, and maybe he can make a miracle back. It worked for Adam Copeland. It worked for Bryan Danielson. Maybe it worked for Adam. But he has a different injury. I know it's his ankle. Maybe he will come back, but it's not looking good right now.
Oh, okay. He's actually interested. So I finally talked her into going on a date with me where we met kind of halfway in the middle. It was like 2.5 hours for me or 2.5 hours for her. And we went to a TGI Fridays and we closed the place down. It was like 6 hours of us just sitting there and talking. We had so many cups of coffee. There was
you couldn't even have cocktails because you were driving.
Exactly. Right.
Wow, that says a lot to just like soberly sit and enjoy each other's company right off the bat. That's a good sign.
Yeah. It went really, really well. And I remember, and Britt is the type of person to me, and I mean this as the highest compliment, because I think she looks beautiful in pictures.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing her in person for the first time and getting that like heart drop into your stomach feeling.
Yeah.
And being like, oh my God, like I was nervous.
Not dissimilar to being late, but just in a different direction.
In a good way. In a good way. Like you're on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
The date went really, really well. And we had talked about maybe hanging out. I think it was like 3 weeks later. And I remember on the drive home, I texted her and I said, hey, I know we're supposed to get together in 3 weeks. Can you hang out on Sunday? Our date was Friday. And she goes, yeah, I can. So,
oh my God.
This guy's a simp, thirsty. It's okay, we're not supposed to meet 3 weeks. Can we meet Sunday? Bro, calm down. Get on your purpose, Adam. Why are you so supposed to? It's like he was love bitten by Britt already. Man, this is not good for him. And I like Adam Cole, wrestler, baby, Undisputed Era, NXT champion, NXT North American champion. He did his thing in NXT, but he's a simp here. It's no other way to put it. No other way to put it. This makes him look so terrible. Begging. This man was begging more than Keith Sweat. Come on now. Bo Musa said it's scary how this relationship is mirroring the Makaze and Mercedes Moné relationship to a T. Well, Bo Musa, if you check out my channel, all these relationships are having a same pattern. They're all having like that. I highlighted the Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona, very similar scenario. And of course, the Mercedes Moné Makaze, we see where that went. This relationship here, same thing. A lot of these relationships are going that direction. The man sips hard for the woman. He's all over her. He's not on his purpose. And woman, she's like, she does not act that way towards the man. It's like these guys are way more into the women than the women are into the man. It should be the other way around. It's just crazy. The women, when you hear them interviewing, they do not have the same vibe like the man does. They be like, I'm with him, blah, blah. The guy, oh my God, she's so beautiful, so pretty. I've never seen her up close. Oh my goodness, can we get another date? They be so thirsty. Also, another relationship that I'm gonna have to look at. I'm gonna have to get my lens on one more time. Ricochet and Samantha Irvin. That's another relationship that mirrors the same pattern. These guys have the same blueprint. I don't know if the pro wrestling, they got a thing called, the Simp Wrestlers. I don't know if it's a Simp Wrestlers Club. Maybe it's a Simp Wrestlers Club, for Adam Cole and, Makaze. You got the Ricochet. I don't know. I don't know if they got a club for this or what. These guys all act like simps at the end of the day. It's sad. Yes, Zone, it's sad. It's ridiculous. Begging like Keith Sweat does a good. Yeah, he begging. Can we get another date? This is terrible, man. And I gotta hit you with the Chris Jericho again. This is not unacceptable, Adam. Unacceptable.
What's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
Yeah, you don't do stuff like that. Let's hear the rest of this. Adam is really, really losing it, man. He's losing his mind over this woman. And this woman had none of this kind of energy for you in the interview we saw prior at Barstool. None of this kind of energy. She said you need her. She said you're too nice. She said she's the pit bull in a relationship. That's what she said. But let's continue on.
We drove again, and the rest was history. We just started talking every day and got really, really close. So I was crazy about her from the beginning.
How did you guys close that gap of living far apart from each other to having to meet every 2.5 hour drives for you guys?
Yeah. So she sometimes would come and visit, where lots of times I would drive up to see her. So because I had that schedule where, especially at the time,
I highlight this again. Adam is putting his neck out for this woman. He's doing everything. He's going over the top. Now, he just said they're long distance while she was at dentist school to become a dentist. Majority of the time, it was him driving up to see her. She was not trying to see you, Adam. She didn't want to see you. You have to go out of your way as usual to go see her. That's a no-no. According to Red Pill, that's a no-no. You putting yourself out there too much, man. What's wrong with you? Man, this is terrible, man. Let's see what else you guys got to say in the locker room. Margaret said, oh, yes, Ricochet and Samantha Irvin needs to be revisited. After what I've seen on Samantha earlier this week, I doubt they're in good standing with each other. Yeah, I may have to do an update on that relationship. And I forgot his name now, Ricochet, is Simpachet. But we're gonna talk about Simpachet and Samantha Thirst Trap Irvin. Well, let's continue on. Why does this man go out there like that? You guys how ridiculous it sounds? I have to go see her. Then you see her when you see her.
With dental school, where lots of times I would drive up to see her, but she was so busy with dental school, where lots of times I would drive up to see her. So because I had that schedule, where especially at the time with Ring of Honor, lots of times we would have shows or weekend of shows once every 2 weeks. So I would have, like sometimes a week and a half of doing whatever I wanted to do. So it was very easy for me to drive up and visit her, or be on shows that she was on and things like that. So thankfully my schedule was very, very open.
And then it just made sense, I guess, for you guys to move to Florida, because you obviously had to be there for NXT. It just made sense to be like, we're Florida people now.
Yeah. So yeah, when I was there for like a year by myself first, and she was finishing up school.
Yeah.
And then the second that she could, she didn't even think about it. She was like, of course, I'm going to move to Florida. So that was huge for me too. That was really cool for her to pick up and take her entire life to Florida, because I love Pennsylvania and she loves Pennsylvania. Like someday we are 1000% going to move back to PA. So for her in a heartbeat to be like, yeah, let's go. I'll go down there 1000% going to move back to PA. So for her, like someday we are 1000% going to move back to PA.
Really? Because according to this, let's pull this up again. It says here, let's see, this move been more intense than I planned. He said that he is going to, I am moving by myself from Florida back to PA. I thought it was the both of you. This is how you know this is a split. Now he said in his interview that they both love Pennsylvania and they will move back together. He says it right here, I'm moving back alone. So that's how you know this couple is done. That's how you know. That's why this interview is pulled up now, to retrace what Becky said earlier on in the relationship. Man, things come full circle.
So for her in a heartbeat to be like, yeah, let's go. I'll go down there with you and live there.
Yeah, that's
really
just
cool.
the way that has to go. I mean, even like when John and I, when we first started dating, I was living in New York, he was living in Las Vegas, but we had time when we would hang out together on the road, of course, but then we'd both go back to like our corners. I'd be doing my thing, he'd be doing his. And then when it was like, all right, what are we doing here? Let's move this to the next level. And I remember talking to Hunter and I was like, can I move out of New York? Because I had to be there to do a studio show.
Yeah.
But the studio show that I was doing, I would literally drive up there. It took me 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm living in New York City to do one show one day a week for 20 minutes. This seems crazy to me.
Yeah.
I once Hunter finally was, wow, I really just hit the T on Hunter. But yeah, when he was like, all right, you don't have to live out this way anymore, be free. But he's like, but if we need you back at the studio, you've got to move back here. I was like, okay, sure, no problem.
Right.
Then we moved out to Las Vegas, and it was just, you do whatever you got to do to be with your person.
You have to. You have to. Yeah, and it made it a lot easier, because it was the nice thing though with us is because we started long distance, we were always able to handle it. Like even recently, as of a few months ago, with the fact that I was only getting to see her 1, maybe 2 days a week, we have been used to that from the beginning.
Sure.
But when we do get the chance to spend a lot more time together, that's always a positive as well.
Of course.
So, the fact that we started that way, I think it did really help us. And it really, she understands being the pro wrestling business, me being in it. She gets that our schedules
right?
can be
Could you
wacky.
imagine if you were like, I mean, there's plenty of people in wrestling that are with people that are not in wrestling, but how nice to just have that commonality and you don't have to explain anything. Everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
What a dream.
It's so nice. so nice.
Yeah, this is not good. Not good, Adam. Not good at all, my man. Man, this is crazy. Now, he also spoke about this again on Chris Van Fleet podcast. So we're gonna see what he has to say over there as well. It's just wild, man. Adam just make himself look bad time and time again. Time and time again. It just don't stop with this dude here. It really don't. Man, this is terrible. And now this man had plans to move. He thought they was gonna move back to Pennsylvania together, and it turned out it was off. Man, but let's see. He gonna go on Chris Van Fleet. He gonna talk about this again. So let's see what else he had to say. Man, this is terrible. Adam Cole, baby. All right, let's get to it. This is him on Chris Van Fleet talking about it.
and she told me the whole story of how you guys met on Bumble, which
yes,
I think gives a lot like great hope to people who are on some sort of dating app right now that if
it works,
you guys can do it, they can maybe do it.
Right.
Were you aware of who she was before you saw her on the app?
So I had known, we had become, I think she added me as a friend on Facebook like a year before. So I had known of her in the sense of I saw her profile picture and so I'm like, oh, she's cute, but we never talked. And I remember I was on Bumble and she was also on Bumble, but was kind of close to where I was living. And she had sent me a screen cap of my picture on Bumble and then sent me a message on Facebook and said, hey, this guy looks familiar. So then we had kind of talked a little bit back and forth. And then it actually, in the beginning, we would talk for a little bit. And then again, she slammed with school. I'm traveling all over the world. So then we kind of wouldn't talk and then we would talk again. And I remember one time we had started talking. I'm like, she seems really cool. I want to go on a date with this girl. So I'd asked her about going on a date and she wasn't having it. She didn't want to date a wrestler. She was doing her own thing. So I'm like, okay. But we kept talking as friends. And then she claims that what did it for her was I was over in Japan for Wrestle Kingdom. And it was when I won the Ring of Honor title for a third time. And I was messaging her the entire time. And I remember her saying like, okay, he is really interested. You know, he's not just pretending that he's interested. So she finally agreed to going on a date with me. We met at a TGI Fridays, 2.5 hours for me, 2 hours for her, closed the place down. And then this part too is we were supposed to hang out like 3.5 weeks later. And I said, hey, I know we're supposed to hang out in 3.5 weeks, but can you hang out tomorrow? And she goes, yeah, sure. And then the rest was history. But so I didn't really know her. That was me just telling my own version of the story, but I didn't really know her before. But as I got to know her, I knew that she was someone that I wanted to get to know more.
And this was a long distance relationship for a lot of it, right? You're in Orlando, she's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, a very long time. Well, the nice thing too, what made it a little bit easier actually was it was long distance from the game. Because even when I lived there, she was 4 hours from me. So it wasn't like we could hang out every day. So we were able to adjust to the aspect of a long distance relationship pretty early on. So now getting to spend so much time together and live together, it just feels like a treat. So that was the other thing too, is even when I was in NXT and she was in AEW, and there'd be times where I would see her half a day. Of course, it was a bummer. We've done way worse. There were times where we didn't see each other for 3 or 4 weeks sometimes. So we've always been used to that. So now anytime I get to spend with her is a plus in my book.
But she was telling the story about like how intentional you guys were. Like you would sit down and watch a movie at the same time. Like you'd hit play at the same time. And it's like you were, even though you couldn't physically be there with each other. Exactly.
Yeah. We found ways to make sure that we still spent, quality time together. And it was some of my best memories of our relationship were, 3-hour FaceTimes where, I'm down in Orlando and she's up in Pittsburgh. And like you said, watching a show together, we found ways to make it work. And when you have two people that are invested in the relationship, there's always a way to make it work. And we did.
Hey, it's Chris, and thank you so much for checking out this video on my brand new YouTube channel.
This seemed like a forced relationship. This was not a genuine relationship, in my opinion. It seemed like Adam Cole was trying to force Britt to be with him. And it seemed like she wanted to take things slow, or she would really want into him. And it seemed like no matter what the case it was, he was trying to force it. And it was not good at the end of the day. And you can't do stuff like that. You got to be genuine with it. But I don't see no genuine here. Like I said before, I said again, Adam Cole was more to Britt Baker than she ever was into him. I never seen these two really click like that. And I think because Adam was with her, while she was going to dentist school, I think she felt obligated to be with him because he was there for in the beginning. So I just don't see I don't see a connection with, you know, Adam and Britt. It's like a forced fake relationship because he was there while she was at dentist school when she first became a wrestler. I just don't see it there. I never seen the issue there. I just don't see it. It don't seem like it was anything genuine between these two at all, and it don't seem too good at all. I just don't. This is not a good thing. I don't see it. It's just problem after problem after problem. These two are really not made for each other. I don't see it. After this week, I don't know how Samantha Earth still got a job. Well, we're not a PG era anymore. That's one thing I can say about that, Bo Musa. David said they really did break up. Yeah, it seemed like it's done. It's a wrap between these two. I don't see it. Same, yeah. Mars said stuff like that borderline gets you fired or suspended for a good amount of days. Yeah, I just don't see no connection between Adam and Britt. No connection at all. It just seemed strange with these two. It just seemed strange. It seemed very strange. And what I'm going to play right now, when I knew, I think this is when things start to go downhill between Adam and Britt. And I'm going to pull this up right now. And I think the case what it was. I'll pull it up right now. Give me 1 second, guys. And this was Adam Cole on AEW when he first came back from his injury. Because he came back from another injury. And this is how I know. And me and Figure 4 TV actually talked about this. He knows what I'm talking about with this promo. But we're going to get into it right now. This is how I knew it was done. You know, people can feel how they want to feel about it. I'm here to speak the truth. I call it how it is. I call it right down the middle. This is how I knew it was a wrap. And I'll play it right now. This is the promo how I knew it was over. He sounds so weak and vulnerable in this promo. It's sad. And of course, it's AEW content. Can't play the whole thing. I don't have time for no copyrights. I don't have time for all that. So let's get into it.
It was the sleep. Because I would lay there, emotions all over the place, anxiety high, and I couldn't figure out why. I'd have to get up at 3, 4 in the morning and pace back and forth with my heart racing out of my chest. Britt would wake up and go, "Oh my God, are you okay? What's wrong?" And I would look at her with a tear in my eye and said, "I don't know what's happening to me." The thing is, none of you knew what was happening to me either, but so many of you were there for me. It was the sleep.
This is the promo that went downhill. This was the icing on the cake with this promo. And it seemed like when Adam cut this promo, coming back from injury, he said he had a tear in his eye. Britt said, "Are you okay?" He seemed very vulnerable and weak. It seemed like Adam Cole lost confidence in himself, and he was never, ever the same. And I knew then, right then and there, things is all coming to fruition right now. And that's when he first came back at early 2023. But this is not a good look. And like I said, the news now, Adam Cole said, you guys remember, nothing I'm gonna highlight right now. Adam says right here, he said it earlier, I pulled it up again. He says right here that he is going to stream next week. Now I'm gonna let you guys know right now on a little inside secret here. This is the way I see it. This is how I see it right now. Adam Cole is a gamer, and he's been a gamer. He streams quite often. Now, since he said he's moving right now and he gonna get himself settled and he'll stream next time, I almost can guarantee you when Adam Cole does return to his streaming on his gaming channel, he will address the breakup on the next stream. He will say how him and Britt Baker are no more and how they are broken up. He is going to confirm that. I can almost guarantee you that because he does story time with Adam Cole, baby. He's going to address that breakup. Watch. Keep your eyes out for that. If you follow Adam Cole on streaming on his gaming channel, if not, I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to say, boom, told you so. He's going to address it though, guys. I can almost guarantee it's going to go down like that. Zone said he seems like a cuckold. Adam 22. you ain't wrong. F4 TV, you ain't right, man. JQ James said, and these were the rest of the couple I really want to see make it because I'm a real fan of both of them. Yeah, unfortunately, JQ, that's not going to be the case here. They have fallen. They're not going to make it. Like I said, Adam Cole has not talked about this yet. He said he's moving to Pennsylvania alone. If you was here earlier, they originally had planned him and Britt to both go back to Pennsylvania because they both love Pennsylvania. And Britt Baker is still in Florida. She has her dentist practice out there. Home's still out there. So if he's moving alone, that means they're broken up. Let's be honest here. Why would they do a long distance relationship again? They already did it before. We got to read between the lines. Wow, Bo Musa. I ain't think about that. He said she looks like Lena the Plug. Hey, you guys ain't right. Now I know what you mean, JQ. Yeah. John Orscope. Man, I ain't seen you in a minute. How you been, Juan? Welcome back to the locker room, man. Where you been at? Mercedes Monet also divorced her husband. I remember you. Yeah, I talked about that last night. The Mercedes Monet situation. I did talk about it months prior. But then I revisited that relationship with the divorce as of yesterday. So check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, not going to lie. Adam Cole had me in the first half, but then folded to epic portions with that promo. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me. Please, guys. Anybody in the chat right now, tell me when I'm telling lies.
I'm tired of being nice. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Yes, that's true. JQ James will cover Friday. We don't have a grandma. Yeah, it's all good. I told JQ it's all good, but yeah. I wanted to state that promo because I think that's when things went downhill. And like I said, things come to full circle. Adam Cole will next address the breakup whenever he goes live on his gaming stream. I can almost guarantee he's going to talk about this. He's going to say, hey, me and Britt are broke up. Hey, we went our separate ways. Hey, we're still good friends. Hey, yada, yada, yada. We decide, it'd be best we separated. We break up for good. Because they're not married. There's been a long-term relationship. But I just don't see things working out with these two. I don't at all. You guys get the likes up while we in. We got 22 people in here. Let's get the likes up. Let's get these likes up in here in the locker room. I'm giving you some more news that's almost confirmed, but it's going to get confirmed. And I'll tell you when Adam's going to confirm because Britt Baker not going to say nothing. Like I said, I talked about her suspension earlier, but this is not a good look for these two. And like I said, I knew something was up. I knew something was not clean between these two. I said something was not clean in the pot with these guys, with this couple. I said someone right, and it turned out I was right. Not good at all. Not good at all. But that's how things go. Every relationship has an expiration date, and they were together 7 years. But hopefully Adam and Britt move on. Adam finds somebody who actually cares about him and is really into him or into her. And Britt Baker, you find a man or whoever you want to be with. But, wish these two well, but these two were not made for each other. That's the bottom line. They just weren't. You guys can't tell me any other different. I gave you all the signs, all the interviews. Britt Baker said he needs her. And Adam Cole put on that pedestal, and you don't do that, and it leads to being a wrap, and a relationship is over. So that's all I have with Britt and Adam confirmed split, guys. What you say, Figure 4? When women get money, they'll no longer need men. But when men get money, we go sipping on women. That's one. I have one word to describe that, and I do agree with you. And what's the best way to respond to that? To agree with you? Oh yeah, this way. Yeet. Yeah, the writing is on the wall, guys. You guys saw it for yourself. If you didn't see it, go back to the playback. We talked about her suspension beginning, her issue with MJF and Alicia Tout. I talked about that too. Yeah, I called this back in February. Yep. Having super high hopes for relationships, marriage is always the downfall. Have to be neutral. Yeah, you got to be calling like Britt Baker was. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out to the locker room, cover another relationship back to back. I thought we was done after the whole Mercedes Moné divorce. Then we hear about this. But, you know, it happens. News break all the time in the wrestling industry. And we're talking about Britt and Adam confirmed split. Britt and Adam Cole, baby, is no more. It's pretty much split. Expect Adam Cole to confirm this on his gaming stream whenever he does get himself together, moving into his new place in Pennsylvania. And I know it's going to be hard for him because he really, really likes Britt. And they do like a good couple, but if it don't work, it don't work, right? I hate to see people break up, but I hate to see men get. Yeah, he got used. Britt Baker never into him like that. Let's be honest. But that's all I have, guys. Thank you guys for coming out to the locker room tonight. Next 2 videos will pop up. 2 videos of wrestling content. You guys click in the links below. Thank you guys once again. And of course, you already know what it is here at the locker room. It's OUNT.
You, me and Chris Benoit basically all started together. Pretty much. You started a little bit earlier.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But they pushed me to the moon and they held you guys back. And we all started at the same time. We were wrestling each other. We were getting each other over, putting each other over. And I thought we were all going to kind of come up together. And it was like, you guys stayed behind. And it was like, what's going on?
Well, I mean, we definitely had to work harder because you already said it, Kurt. You already know the answer is that you were a WWE guy.